Shalom, shalom, Kohala Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Hakwadash, Yahweh being the true name of the Father is the word and cause God, Yahushua being the true name of the Son is the word and cause Jesus Christ. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and to the brothers that's pushing this truth and sincerity, risking life and freedom to do so. It's your brother Labar coming at you with another lesson in truth. And we'll get in, part two of this Salakia, of this Islam thing, because a lot of our people into this, man. A lot of our people uh, get into, get inside this particular religion because either they follow a rapper or, you know, our people lost. They're looking for something to be a part of, man. And a lot of our people gravitate to Islam. All right. Now we're gonna get into, facts that's going into how did Islam come about. As far as the Quran, we'll get into that the Quran basically stole from the Bible, if you want to use that terminology, and created their own book called the Quran. We're gonna prove that, man. So you can come out of that religion. Let's get into this video. And this dude in this video confronts this. I don't know if this guy is a leader in a Islamic or Muslim community, but he confronts him about two things. Let's get into it.
And I want to ask one question. That in your website you give two reasons why Muhammad could not have copied from the Holy Bible or from the other pre-existing sources. So you
in which he did. That's exactly what he did.
gave answer that you claimed that there were no Arabic translations of the Bible during the time of Muhammad. But in Sahih al-Bukhari, volume number 6 and book number 60, number 478, it says that the gospel has already been translated into Arabic by Waraka. And also second thing is, you said Muhammad was illiterate and therefore couldn't have read books such as the Holy Bible. But I am not satisfied with that answer, because it wasn't necessary for Muhammad to be literate in order to borrow stories from previous scriptures. Muhammad only needed to hear these stories orally for borrowing to take place. After hearing these stories, Muhammad revised then, and he wrote the theological pre-assumptions and then tried to pass them off as revelation from God.
Right, he cut him. He cut him. So we'll get into this information right here. So first off, let's get into the so-called Prophet Muhammad. All right. So this is Wikipedia. So we'll get into whether Quran. When did the Quran come into existence? All right. What year? What time frame? Okay. At the very top, we're gonna start at the top. Muslims believe that the Quran was orally revealed by God to the prophet, the final prophet Muhammad, through the archangel Gabriel, incrementally over a period of some 23 years, which is bugged out, beginning in the month of Ramadan, when Muhammad was 40 and concluding in 1632, the year of his death. All right. So around with 632. So you can look on the far right. The period is 610 to 632 CE, which means Common Era or AD. Both one and the same. All right. So that's the Islamic or Islam religion, man. All right. So something I wanted to point out as well. All right. This is according to today information, man. The Quran assumes familiarity with major narratives recounted in the biblical and apocryphal scriptures. It summarizes some dwell at length in others, in some cases presents alternative accounts and interpretation of events. So what they did rather is they rearranged words, rearranged stories, but it's the same writings that they got from out of the Bible, man. And we're gonna prove this, man. So let's go here. So the Quran came out around 610, 640, 610, 630 AD. And the Bible had already been into existence way before then, but it wasn't in a biblical book form. It was written on scrolls. I'm going to show you what those scrolls were. All right. And this is called papyrus scrolls, right? And this how, the Bible was written in this format, handwritten on these scrolls right here. So the physical Bible that you have right now is called a codex. That's what you, or a manuscript. A codex is when you put in something into book form, right? So this is how you got the Bible now from that. So it's doing a Bible history, right? So at the very top, we see Hebrew Ancient Paleo Picture Bible at around 500 BC, which is before Christ. We don't use that word Christ, but we're using that to make a point. So around that time frame, so that's way before AD, way before the Quran even came out into existence, man. So let's go to the second one, the Greek Septuagint, Old Testament, 200 BC, right? And the New Testament came out in the first century AD. All right, so when you go into 1 AD, then you got 2, then you got 3, 4, and so on and so forth AD. That came out in the first AD. The Latin Vulgate, the third one, will be 382 AD. And I think that's where he got the concept, because in Islam they teach heaven and hell, you know, and they got that concept, I believe, from the Greeks and the Romans, which were Edomites, so-called white people, man. And that hell concepts, I'm gonna do a lesson on that. That comes from Greek mythology, and it's got spun off into the Bible. All right, so on and so forth. So you can see that the Bible writings was way before the Quran even came about, and we're gonna get into some more information. And as we went into this, right? Let's go back up. All right, right here, the Quran assumes familiarity with major narratives recounted in biblical and apocrypha scriptures, man. So where did he get this information from? Did he just pull it out of thin air? No, he got it from the Bible, man. All right, stop playing. So if you go to the Quran. So we're gonna go to and show you some of the Quran, because Moses is in the Quran, and all the similar stories as I went into in the first video. You know, Noah, the flood, right? And Abraham. So if you go into the Quran, their own book, this is Al Hazab, all right, of the Confederates, 33 and 7. Recall, we received a pledge from the prophets and from you and from Noah and Abraham and Moses and Yahushua, son of Mary. We received from them a solemn pledge, man. So the same people that's in our Bible, man, which is your history book, if you're a black, Hispanic, and Native American, that is your book about your people. It's not a book meant for everybody. And the Christian church have taught that book to anybody that picks it up, that they believe in, so-called Jesus Christ, that he died for your sins, that you're gonna be saved, man. And that is nothing but a lie. This Bible is only meant for one group of people, so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. And they stole, like every other book, religious so-called book, stole from our book and created their own book. Then they created their own religion, man. You know what I'm saying? Make it real short and simple. And this is if you brothers want to go here, if you want to go here personally and read this, it's Wikipedia or Wikipedia. It said the second coming, right? All right. So this is the second coming of the Messiah, which his name will be Yahushua in the Hebrew tongue, which is his proper name. All right. And I wanted to show you some by Islam. We kind of gonna stay strictly to the subject. Let's go down to Islam. Seventh-day Adventist, Jehovah's Witness, all these are spin off from Christianity. All right. Okay. Salakia. Let's read this. This is Islam. According to Islamic tradition, Yahweh's descent would be in the midst of wars fought by Mahdi, all right, is the rightly guided one, known in Islamic eschatology, right, as the Redeemer of Islam against, al-Mashai Daji. Hope I'm saying that right. Literally the false Messiah. So that'd be the so-called Antichrist in the Bible, man, that they pull it from. Got this, story from, which would be the Messiah, anti-Messiah system, which this whole system is. Synonyms with the Antichrist. Synonymous with the Antichrist, Allah and his followers. Yahweh would descend at the point of a white arcade east of Damascus dressed in saffron robes, his head anointed, and he would join the Mahdi in his war against the Dajjal. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Yahushua is considered in Islam as a Muslim. It's just bugged out, man. So you see, okay, after the death of Mahdi, Yahushua will assume leadership. This is the time associated with Azam Salakia, associated with Islamic narrative with universal peace and justice. Islamic texts also allude to the appearance of whatever, Gog and Magog, ancient tribes that were dispersed and caused disturbance on earth. All right. Okay. Let's finish reading this. Disturbance in response to Yahushua prayers. He killed them by sending a type of worm napes of their necks. Yahushua rule is said to be around 40 years, after which he would die. So they even believe in Yahushua is going to rule, man. You know what I'm saying? Where did they get this from? The Bible. You know? And let's go here, man. Let's go here. Let's go to the top. Okay. Let's read this. The Quran is thought by Muslims to be not simply divinely inspired, but literally the word of God. Muhammad did not write it as he did not know how to write, so he's illiterate, man. According to tradition, several Muhammad companions served as scribes recording the revelations. Man, look at this, man. So there you go. There you go. You know, and we showing you proof of what it is, man. You know, so it won't be any confusion. So you understand. Let's go. Show you something else. Okay. And this is how, you know, the Bible was written, you know, at first. But this is going back into ancient Egypt, right? Okay, let me show you. So it'll be like something like this. But these are ancient Egypt. Something like that. So you will unroll the scroll and it will have the scriptures there. So you get the point. The Bible in the scroll format, the writings came way before the Quran. And it's no coincidence that a lot of the Quran has the similar stories as in the Bible. Because why is that? Because it was stolen from the Bible, right? And that's how you got the religion of Islam. And a lot of people into those, you know, and into that religion rather. And they believe that, man, which is going back into idolatry. You believe in something that's not even that's fake, man. You know, and that's a lie. But you know, a lot of people in love with they trying to find them what they way spiritually, and they go into all these other religions. Now you see how, you know, Islam came into existence, man. It's pretty much it's the Bible. So what did that tell you? So if you know that the Quran was taken from the Bible, well, they're going to show you that you got to throw the Quran and their religion away, and you got to go back into the Bible, man. That's really your nationality, mean your history book about your people, so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. So you're running from your identity. You're running from the true knowledge and wisdom and understanding, and you're running from the truth, man. You know. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Call Halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Hakwada Shalom.